From a water. Give me that fucking badge back.
In the cold, take a long look around in places of renown. No one would wear a frown.
And you put on a lot of weight with the lack of exercise, haven't you?
Keep your knackers in your underpants, you dirty bugger.
They were decapitated. They were self-decapitating
You
Easter
do
bunnies.
have a lot of stored up anger.
They're all wet, but they're not all wet. The wet sand.
And a horrible way to die.
There was a woman down the alleyway, Mrs. Holmes, and she's going to report me for saying bugger, you know. Oh, just wait till I see your mother. You're in real trouble. Oh, I say, well, if you're going to go and see her, then tell her this bugger-shaped, funk-shaped, fucking sphincter, arsehole up your arse, up your cunt. Fuck you sideways, you fucking boring fucking whore. Fuck off, you cow. So go and fucking repeat that to my mother.
Fine words, butter, no parsnips, basically. Somebody sent me a bottle of wine as a thank you present recently, and the packaging company had put on the package, drink sensibly.
Oh,
Get lost.
Quite
I
right.
will drink my present of my wine
Exactly.
at exactly the volume that I want to drink.
There's a terrible smell of shit.
Trust gallops off on a horse and comes back on foot.
Gordon's alive! Gordon's alive! Gordon's alive!
You're not my mother, are you?
Right, Dave, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, pal. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah. So, this is your idea tonight. So would you like to introduce the pod topic?
So, I suggested that we call this pod National Treasure and National Error. I was thinking we could do Blessed versus Barrymore. I think that Brian Blessed is one of Britain's greatest national treasures. And let's be honest, Michael Barrymore is a serious error.
Right, well, that's a bit harsh. You know, that's my initial thought, but it's a bit harsh. I mean, I love Blessed. I mean, Blessed.
Brian Blessed!
Absolutely one of the best people who ever lived.
He is amazing. Amazing man.
But what's why Barrymore out of all the people you could have picked as a national error?
Because I was watching two things on YouTube. First one was about Brian Blessed, which was just brilliant, and it just made me think, what a guy! About his efforts to climb Everest. What was he, 59 when he did it? With no oxygen and a massive man mountain doing that as well. It's like ridiculous. Everyone thought it was completely insane. And it turned out to be the case because they had to bring him down totally exhausted. But he went for it. I will not be told no. I will do it. You know, it's this wonderful sense of adventure. And the other story that I thought was brilliant was that he was about to do a film with Oliver Reed, and a couple of the other actors in the film, one of which was a good friend of Brian Blessed's, said, I'm a bit nervous because he gets drunk and he's very unpredictable, and I'm very concerned about being in this film with him. You know, I've heard so many stories about Oliver Reed. And apparently Blessed said, leave it to me. And apparently he rang up Oliver Reed and he said, Oliver, you know that thing where he can do that really gentle voice that he does? Yeah. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Brian Blessed here. I just want to tell you that some of the other actors are very worried that you might get drunk and intimidate them and ruin the film for them. Let me tell you, if you do that, I'm going to put your fucking teeth down your throat and you'll be pulling them out of your arse for a month. Do you understand me, Oliver? Do you know he was on best behaviour throughout the whole film?
That'd be a good scrap, wouldn't it? Oliver Reed versus Brian Blessed.
Well, apparently he was like, because he caught him when he was sober as well, Oliver Reed was like, oh,
like
no,
Haystacks and Big Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what, though? I think Oliver Reed would just, Brian Blessed, he'd kick his arse. He was massive, wasn't he? Just get Oliver Reed in a headlock, wouldn't he? Just get him in a headlock like that. Huge bloody muscles. You know, it's great. But he was doing it because he didn't want anyone else to have like a tough time because he had this reputation when he got drunk. He was a fucking nightmare. And apparently he was sober, and he promised that he would be sober every day after Blessed went up to him and said this, that he would be on the set sober every day. And he was.
I love that
so
period.
I thought, fair play. You know?
Yeah.
Fair play.
I love that period when Oliver Reed kept appearing on the television pissed.
Yeah.
And, he was, I remember him coming on Michael Aspel's show, and he was carrying a jug, right? It's like orange juice. Yeah. And Aspel just nervously goes, "Gin and orange?" Sort of. I think he drinks from the jug.
Yeah.
But the best story was when he was on This Morning, and Richard and Judy were interviewing him. You could tell they were quite nervous because he probably was a bit pissed. But Richard's trying to ignore all that, and I was always trying to be cool. He was just sat like this, with his hands behind his head, and they were asking him questions, and he was answering like very strangely because he clearly couldn't be bothered with it. Richard asks him something, and before he gets a chance to respond, he goes, "Oh, well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you?" And he goes, "Don't ask me a question and then answer it for me. Just because you paint your face orange." And he looked dead perplexed, and Judy goes, He doesn't. I can vouch for that." And Richard's like, "Yes, he's been saying that all morning."
I know a good Oliver Reed story, a cracking Oliver Reed story. It was him and Lee Marvin, and I'm a massive fan of Lee Marvin, and I genuinely think he was one of Hollywood's real tough guys. I mean, for Christ's sake, he was a Marine, decorated, Purple Heart decorated soldier in World War II. Great guy, I think, but he had a huge drinking problem, just like Oliver Reed. But apparently one night they decided to go out drinking, and they went absolutely crazy on it. They just absolutely got leathered until in the end, Lee Marvin collapsed in a heap on the floor in this bar.
Yeah.
Wherein Oliver Reed picked him up, right, walked out of the bar, went down the street, carrying Lee Marvin. Don't forget, 6'1" Lee Marvin, right, down the street, going, "Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves."
Oh, man. Do you remember that when he went on a bender with Alex Higgins? So they were both of them on this pub crawl. I remember it was in the news of the world.
Yeah.
Absolute carnage. I think the headline was something like, locals threatened to hack Ollie's beard off because he was annoying them. So they held him down, and they had a knife or something, and they were threatening to cut his beard off because he was pissing them off.
Jesus. I mean, there's a man, Alex Higgins, whose entire body, never mind his bloodstream, his entire body was alcohol, I think, in the end, because there wasn't a lot of him, was there? There wasn't much of him at all. No. But back to Blessed, I just want to say, though, that he seems to me to be an incredibly good person in many ways.
Yeah.
I think he does defend other actors. He did it with Peter. He knew Peter O'Toole very well, and he did it with Peter O'Toole too. "You behave yourself now, Peter." People, So he could be like a real sort of bull, but in a good way, I think.
Yeah, there's loads of fun to work with.
Oh, amazing. And incredibly eccentric. I was in hysterics watching him do Have I Got News for You as well. That was my little bit of research for this podcast, watching him do Have I Got News for You. And everyone was the audience was in stitches.
Yeah,
and the old
watch that again if I can. I think someone actually did me a DVD copy of that. This guy
did they?
To know. Yeah. So I have it somewhere.
I'm not surprised that they've done it because it is well worth watching. He's bloody hilarious
on YouTube.
And and I was just sort of thinking, he was great. And obviously we sent him up in our comedy night. We had a right laugh with that. Brian Blessed reads pornography.
Yeah, I'm going to play a bit of that for the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Dave used to do this night called Showbiz Asylum, which we made into a film which is on YouTube, and you can see the Blessed clips, where Brian Blessed was reading pornography at the top of his voice. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe the first time. I remember Gavin telling me about it, and he said you were doing it, and he was going, yeah, and he's got the wings and everything. I was like, the wings? It's like, yeah, of course.
Gordon's alive.
Prince Falcon.
Yeah,
which is possibly his most famous role.
It is. It
was
is
slightly annoying.
Yeah,
because he's done like I Claudius.
I was going to say I loved him in I Claudius.
Like
He's Augustus. He's great. He was great, and he's a very good actor. He's done a lot of great Shakespearean stuff. But he is, and Blackadder in that first.
Yeah, he's
series.
great in Blackadder.
But he's obviously typecast. This is rather loud and rah. I wish I could do a really good impression of him, because it's only he does himself justice with that voice of his, because he kind of does this rather sweet sort of little voice, and then has this massive voice, which can be dead funny and can be quite threatening as well. So you can imagine how.
Oh yeah, I've just remembered, Dave. He did the intro to Saxon's last album.
Oh man, fantastic!
Hellfire and Damnation. I remember watching it and thinking, "Oh my God, it's Blessed! How brilliant!"
But subsequently, I ended up watching around the same time a documentary about, well, let's just say the lowest part of Michael Barrymore's life, which actually, could be even now, because he just goes around doing like sort of TikTok videos or something. You've seen him on YouTube.
Is he on like Cameo? Can you get a birthday greeting from him?
No, he does this thing where he just goes around. Let's go down the West End. Oh, let's go shopping in here. Let's go. Just one of these random. It's not even. He doesn't even do like a proper food guide. Like you get a lot of people doing restaurant guides and stuff and things. Yeah. He just does this thing where he goes around places. Yeah, just wanders about. That seems to be his want.
Well, didn't he but obviously disappear to New Zealand for a bit after?
Yeah,
he did. Scandal.
But the things I've seen him on recently, I've been in Britain, and he just sort of goes around to different places where some people recognise him and other people don't. For example, he goes for a wander around Harrods and buys a few things in Harrods. It's kind of a bit tragic, really. But I was watching something over the whole Poolgate incident, the lowest hour for Barrymore.
Yeah, but was he actually? I know he was accused, and there was a lot of mystery around it. But wasn't he exonerated in that?
Yeah, he was. He was. I think he was supposed to receive a lot of money from the police or something in the end. But he was exonerated. But it was all very fishy and iffy, wasn't it? Really, in the end with him. And I'm sort of a bit hesitant to talk about in a way, because some poor lad lost his life. Yeah, he did.
He's now sort of become the butt of
a lot. He has a lot of jokes. Yeah.
Which is not very nice.
Not nice
for him and for his family particularly. But for people that might not remember it, I don't know. Should I name him, Dave? I suppose, might as well.
Yeah, name him. It's fine to name him, isn't it?
So this lad, Stuart Lubbock, was at a party at Michael Barrymore's house, and he ended up being found dead in Barrymore's pool, and there was all sorts of mystery and rumour around it, wasn't there? Saying that he'd been subject to a violent sex act which killed him, and Barrymore was in the frame for that, or he was maybe part of the cover up, or he wasn't cooperating with the police. But he was exonerated in the end. I don't know if they ever found out what actually happened to Stuart Lubbock, did they?
Nobody. I don't think anybody got incarcerated for it, did they? No one got in. No one got.
Well,
and he was brutal what happened to him. Hadn't things rather nastily been shoved up his anus, I think. And
well, that's it. Yeah. So
it's bloody awful what had happened to the guy.
Let me have a look.
Yeah.
So, following a party at Barrymore's house in Essex in the early hours of 31st of March 2001, 31-year-old man Stuart Lubbock was discovered unconscious in Barrymore's swimming pool. 3 witnesses, including Barrymore, claimed to have found him motionless in the pool. Lubbock, described as a bubbly partygoer, had traces of drugs, including alcohol, in his system. In the post-mortem, pathologists discovered severe anal injuries, which several experts, including Senior Home Office pathologist Nathaniel Carey, later agreed were consistent with a sexual assault. Many tabloid newspapers accused Barrymore of holding drug-fueled orgies in his home and asserted that he had some responsibility for the death. Kyle Merritt, a partygoer, had claimed that Barrymore had been seen at the party rubbing cocaine on Lubbock's gums, an allegation Barrymore denied.
Well.
So I think the allegation was that he'd been fisted.
Yeah.
Or he'd had a wine bottle.
Well, it was a wine, but it was like a wine bottle, wasn't it? And yeah.
I used to know this lad, right? And I worked with him, and he said he was always going on about what a dickhead his dad was. And he said his dad had a wine rack, and he called it Stuart Lubbock.
God, what? Well, it is quite funny.
I can't keep that in, can I, Dave?
No, leave it in. Leave it in. That is funny. It's all right. You can leave that in.
No.
You didn't. You've only saying what some twat said. You know.
Yeah.
You can't help it if we laugh a little bit. You know, comedy, as Steve Martin said, comedy isn't pretty. Comedy is not pretty. You know, sometimes we laugh at some pretty horrible things. You know, but you know, Barrymore. But Barrymore he's had the weirdest career, I think, because he kind of gained huge fame in Britain because it really for that game show, wasn't it? Was it Strike It Lucky?
Strike It Lucky, yeah.
No, in its prime, apparently got 18 million viewers or something ridiculous.
Well, he started off on Russ Abbott's Madhouse, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Les Dennis and Dustin G, I think.
Yeah,
and Bella Remberg, remember her?
He did like a little sketch show, I think, after that as well, when they gave him his own show with Nicholas Lyndhurst as almost like his sidekick, as like his comedy duo.
Did he?
Honestly, I promise you, he did. He did a thing with Nicholas Lyndhurst afterwards. And
that was a barrel of laughs.
I mean, it was probably all scripted, but it was all a lot of like, white. That's all. That was it. That was his.
That reminds me of when we were on. I was away somewhere on some seaside holiday with my parents, and there was a theatre advertising what was on. And my dad was saying, "Oh look, Al White's playing." It was basically it'd been put on as all white,
all
and
white,
then underneath with Michael Barrymore.
Michael Barrymore. I thought your dad was Al White.
It was the brilliant space, and he just suddenly became huge, didn't he? And he did this show on a Saturday prime time, a bit like a variety show, My Kind of People or something like that. It was called, and he did, like massive.
He jumped on the Bruce Forsyth thing a bit because what he did is he sort of got older people. He said, "No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong there." You remember, like, Generation Game. Like Bruce would do that, wouldn't he? He'd get the old lady and go, "Yeah, what are you doing? Let's do like this. Oh no, there you go. You're doing it wrong again." So he would do stuff like. So that was his shtick, wasn't it? He'd go, where you going now? Where you going now? What you doing? Oh, grabbing, and it was always like grabbing an old lady and throwing her about, and people loved it, didn't they? That's what Strike It Lucky, I remember, was about. And Barron was My Kind of People. Yeah, it was but he was massive. He became massive doing his sort of thing, physical comedy. A lot of it was just doing like John Cleese impressions.
Yeah,
you know, who wasn't really. And going, all right. Oh, the Germans, eh? Oh. Like silly walks. And of course, he was harbouring this secret all the time because he was hiding behind his manager, who was his wife, and he wouldn't admit to it. But in reality, he was a gay man with serious addiction problems, alcohol and drugs issues, and he wanted to keep all that secret for a long time, didn't he? Which you can understand, because he was very much a mainstream entertainer. He didn't want to lose his shtick. But you look back on it now, and it's a kind of he did one show, I think it was called Bob Roberts. Bob Roberts, which I quite like that. And I think it was written by that fella. Oh, what was his name now? Let me have a look it up. Let's have a look at it.
I don't know if it's Bob Roberts, Dave. That's that film, isn't it, with Tim Robbins? But
oh, is it? What was the show?
Is it Bob Martin?
Is it Bob Martin?
Yeah, Bob Martin. Here it is.
Bob Martin.
It says, in 2000, Barrymore moved into acting in Bob Martin, in which he played a character of Bob Martin, obviously. He recorded two series of the comedy. Right, so it was 2001 that Stuart Lubbock died, and after that, pretty much his career was over, wasn't it? Once some details came out.
And he was probably at the peak of his career, because he was doing this and he was getting quite well received doing this. Yeah. So it says here, Bob Martin, a British television comedy drama, or drama comedy. Its concept bears significant resemblance to the Larry Sanders Show. Do you remember? That was a massive show in the States, wasn't it? Michael Barrymore, Keith Allen, and Dennis Lawson are principal actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And it was written by
Judy Finnegan.
Oh, is that Bob somebody? His name was Bob. It was written by that guy. You like him. Fucking hell, Lee. He used to do a lot of football stuff. Bob Mills.
Yeah.
Bob Mills. It was written and conceived by Bob Mills. So I wouldn't mind watching that again, because I actually thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good show.
It doesn't say anything about it here,
By the way, the film Bob Roberts is... Listeners, the film Bob Roberts is very good too, with Tim Robbins, if you get a chance to see that. Just thought I'd mention that. Doesn't say much more about it. No, it doesn't say much more about it, but I remember thinking it was pretty good, and I thought, God, he's actually doing something quite credible here.
Well, actually, I'm reading here, it says he was a troubled daytime game show host called Bob Martin, a hopeless man who was willing to do anything he must to get what he wants.
Jesus, that sounds far too close to his real life.
Art imitating life.
Indeed, my friend.
So I do remember him on Big Brother. So was that? I imagine that would have come after the whole Lubbock thing.
Oh yeah, that was post Lubbock, wasn't it?
And
for the Big Brother, that is. Can I just use this phrase? Oh, this is a brilliant phrase that I've come up with. That was the elephant in the room's graveyard. Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like Les Dennis, Barrymore. Whoa, God.
What was he on with Les Dennis, was he?
I'm dead chuffed with that line. Well, Les Dennis was in it, wasn't he? And he was like crying over Amanda.
Was he on the same one, though?
No, I don't think it was the same one. But
let's find out who was in with Barrymore.
Did he ever bring up Did he bring up the incidents? That's the thing.
I think maybe people asked him about it.
I think they did. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Which one was he on then? All right, he was in. I'll tell you what, he was in the one with that Chantel one. Do you remember Chantel, who was the non-celebrity who ended up marrying that Preston guy? Yes, I do. So George Galloway was in that one. Pete Burns.
Wow. Oh God, and that would have had Rula Lenska. I remember Galloway and Rula Lenska doing some kind of sexual thing together. It was really weird.
He was pretending to be a cat, wasn't he?
That's it, pretending to be a cat. That's right. That was just odd.
Maggot from that Welsh band. What are they called? That rapping Welsh band.
Oh, Golden Looking Chain. I quite like that.
Dennis Rodman, the basketball player. Faria Alam. I think her claim to fame was she shagged Sven-Goran Eriksson.
To be fair,
Jodie Marsh.
they're quite a good lineup in comparison to the shite you'd get today. Celebrity, to be fair. But he was runner-up. He was fucking runner-up.
So, see,
You know, the man who flees the scene of a crime.
That tells me that the public had forgiven him or didn't care.
They have.
In the first place.
Do you know, I'm going to say this, I'm going to put this out there to our listeners right away. If you don't disagree with me, you might think that Brian Blessed is the error and that Barrymore's the national treasure. I don't know. But I've always thought he's a very strange character, personally. And although...
Has he been diagnosed with something, Dave? He's probably been diagnosed with something by now, like ADHD.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Did you hear how cynical I sounded then? Probably. Haven't they all?
Or bipolar, celebrity bipolar. That was
celebrity bipolar. That should be.
That was trendy for a bit. Kerry Katona and Robbie Williams.
Do you know what, mate? That should be a show. Celebrity bipolar or celebrity ADHD. Everybody's got bipolar or ADHD, and I'm in therapy over it, right? So now I'm going to have a look at
it. But Dave, just to finish off the Big Brother thing, he says he won back many fans after his row with George Galloway.
Oh.
So what was the row about?
Oh,
an argument over a wine bottle or something.
It might have been political.
Maybe Galloway was provoking him about it.
Maybe. I think it might have been more to do with politics there, because I would imagine Barrymore's a bit of a Tory and Galloway is not a Tory.
Let's find out what the row was
Uber left
about.
wing, isn't he? Yeah, find out. Find out, sir. I'm having a look at some Brian Blessed stuff now because to counteract. I love it. Brian Blessed Obi is an English actor known for his distinctive bushy beard, loud, booming voice, and exuberant personality and performances.
I found it, Dave. I remember it now because Galloway was taking the piss out of his addiction issues. So it says,
was he?
Well, it starts off, it says, Michael Barrymore and George Galloway clashed. The memorable confrontation involved several specific moments. Firstly, the cigarette row. Galloway accused Barrymore of being incredibly self-obsessed and having a mania for hoarding cigarettes, claiming that entertainer betrayed the loyalty of those close to him. During the feud, Galloway shouted a taunt at Barrymore about his well-publicised struggles with alcohol, yelling, "Pour me, pour me, pour me, pour me a drink." The aftermath, despite the explosive clashes and a tense house environment, Barrymore managed to outlast Galloway in competition. I've got a feeling he went for Galloway then when he said, "Pour me a drink."
Did he?
I've got a feeling. There's a video here, Dave. Let's have a. It's
I'll
only
have to
35 seconds long. Fucking adverts.
Always the fucking adverts. Pour me a fucking... Pour me another drink.
You're self-obsessed. Oh, come on, George. George, you're in this frame of mind. George, you're in this frame of mind because you've been nominated again. And you take it as a personal slight, so you thought the most value is to go for me. I'm an easy target, is to go for me because of the outside world. You're playing the outside world. Pour me a drink. No, is that what you said?
Don't fucking bring that into it. That's fucking out of order.
You're out of order. You are out of order. You are out of order. Pour me. You are
fucking wanker.
No, he doesn't go for him. He just Preston comes to his aid.
I'm flipping conversing now back to Blessed and reading about his expeditions and adventures. I'm just going to give the quick brief on Blessed's marvellous efforts. Yes. Blessed has attempted to climb Mount Everest 3 times without supplemental oxygen, reaching heights of 28,200 feet. That's 8,600 meters high in 1993, and 25,200 feet, wow, in 1996, but without reaching the summit on either occasion. But a hell of an effort, Brian. Blessed has reached the summits of, Aconcagua, in Argentina and Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, and has undertaken an expedition into the jungles of Venezuela, during which he survived a plane crash. Get out of this plane, and I will survive. Amazing. Blessed is the oldest man to have reached the North Magnetic Pole on foot, where he says he punched an polar bear on the nose.
Oh, yeah, that was it. I've heard that story.
That was brilliant, because the polar bear came, put his face in my tent, so I punched the bastard on the nose.
God.
But
Only
that said,
blessed.
Only blessed. Do you think some of them are kind of tall tales?
I think maybe.
I think he's telling porkies.
But there's a Jim will paint it T-shirt you can get of that incident, can't you?
Oh,
Jim
yes. I think I've seen that. Yeah. Jim will paint it. It's brilliant. If listeners, if you've not seen any of Jim will paint its work, I should suggest.
Well, talk of Jimmel, this was the series where Savile actually made an appearance. The Barrymore one in Big Brother.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, as did Richard and Judy.
How interesting. Do you think Savile and Barrymore knew each other?
What are these parties? Savile, Dave.
Hey,
you're going down a dark alley now.
Lee.
A dark, libelous alley.
There ain't no party like a Barrymore party. Just one last quick thing on the Blessed Meister is he's nearly 90 years old.
Yeah.
This is the other thing. He's nearly 90 and he's still going strong. And I think he's amazing. Yeah. So there we go.
Have you ever seen that clip where he's hosting this game show, and one of the prizes is a Palm Pilot, and he's giving it to one of the contestants, but he's trying to get it open and he can't open it, so it's like an outtake, and he goes, "Oh, fucking arseholes. Palm Pilot sounds like a wanking machine."
Another thing that I have to say as well is that I'm making amends here with this over many of the comments I've made about people who were born in West Riding in Yorkshire being serial killers and what have you, because Brian Blessed is
Dave. Facts.
Well, Brian Blessed
if they are serial killers and they come from West Riding, then
well, they are facts. It's absolute truth, but sometimes I feel like maybe I've come across as though I've got it in for people from Yorkshire, and I haven't at all. I think Yorkshire's brilliant, and I think one of Britain's greatest national treasures is from Yorkshire, and that man is Brian Blessed. I must say.
I thought you were going to say Jeff Boycott then, but
I think no. I mean, I love Jeffrey, but
would Jeff be a national treasure or a national error? So this could be like a series.
I think, well, you could make the thing with Boycott. You could, and you probably could with Blessed too. Though you could certainly though with Boycott, you could make a case for both.
You could,
Could you make a case for both with Barrymore? I kind of don't think so.
He was incredibly popular, Dave. So I think
he was that. Of that, there's no doubt. I totally agree.
A national treasure. He was a national treasure.
And the old ladies absolutely loved him.
A national error. Yeah, and they had probably all died before the Lubbock incident.
Yeah, they probably did.
It's good days.
Yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say, but the thing is, though, with Barrymore, it is totally overshadowed by the Lubbock case. I totally get it.
Yeah, I think the main argument or the main accusation to Barrymore was he knew more than he was letting on.
Absolutely.
I suppose it's very difficult to prove. I don't think it ever really came out who did it.
I remember watching something about it. There was someone who was interviewed about it, but no, I don't think anyone's been sent down, unless I'm entirely mistaken.
According to the BBC News, neighbours described Stuart Lubbock as a pleasant, sociable man who lived with his father Terry and his brother Kevin. At the time of his death, Lubbock had 2 daughters, aged 4 and 1, who were being brought up by his former partner. The inquest reached an open verdict None of these, the coroner said, none of these witnesses who were party guests for 3 hours have given to this court an explanation about how Stuart Lubbock, a previously fit 31-year-old, should be found floating in a swimming pool at the premises with a significant level of alcohol and drugs in his system and have serious anal injuries.
It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's fucking outrageous. I mean,
if Barrymore was rubbing cocaine on his
gums. On his gums, man. On his gums.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fucking dirtbag. I'm just gonna say it. Do you know what? I'm gonna risk libel, Lee.
Well, it says here, Dave.
I'm going to say allegedly. I'm just going to keep saying allegedly. He's a fucking dirtbag, allegedly. It's probably
slander rather than libel, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm splitting hairs there. Michael Heath, the pathologist at Lubbock's post-mortem, concluded that he had drowned accidentally. 3 other pathologists who examined the body said that the marks on Lubbock's forehead suggested that he might have been asphyxiated. None of the pathologists claims that this was the cause of death. And the marks could have been caused by extensive resuscitation attempts. In January 2006, Heath, that was the original pathologist, Heath volunteered to stop working for police after he was criticised on multiple occasions for having drawn conclusions contradictory to other pathologists.
But here's the thing, Lee. We were banging around messages, and you came up. I know that you came up with the most brilliant idea on this little topic that we've come up with. Because I was banging out ideas too, like Paul Schofield, National Treasure, Philip Schofield, National Error, right? and then I came up with one which was 2 Ronnies, National Treasure. The 2 Ronnie National Errors were Ronnie Cray and Ronnie Biggs.
Yeah.
But
Ronnie
you
Pickering,
came up with...
could have had him.
Oh, yeah, could have Ron Pickering. But you came up, I thought, with a brilliant idea, which is someone who is a national treasure and a national error combined into one.
Yeah.
And fire away, Lee.
Well, it is, of course, Mr. Richard Madeley.
Madeley!
Who has been on the TV this week visiting this maximum security prison in El Salvador.
It's amazing,
which was a Channel 5 documentary. And I remember seeing the trailers for it, and I thought, oh my God, this is going to be Partridge comedy gold, this. And indeed it was. What a brilliant show it was. It was so funny because he got bloody kicked out, didn't he, after 15 minutes, because he kept sort of dissing and disapproving of the strict regime.
Just talking too much, asking too many questions. Richard, you've done it all your career.
Well, that's it. So, but
it was on the whole, though, a great documentary. I have to say, anyone listening, if you have not seen it, listen. I'm a big advocate of Channel 5. They have some good stuff on, I think. You know, big up Channel 5, and it is a revelation, this documentary. You know, and to be fair, Richard's he's very watchable, isn't he? He's very watchable.
He is. He's a decent journalist, you know, to be fair.
He is a decent journalist. This is exactly the point that you're making. This is kind of what makes him a national treasure and a national error at the same time. Because he can be brilliant as a journalist.
Yeah, I think he's good in the morning when he's on Good Morning Britain.
He can be on fire, can't he? He can be really on it. And then just sometimes he just oversteps the mark in such a sort of Partridge way.
Yeah.
Even in this thing where there was just one bit that kind of cracked me up, where they talk about this guy who's in this prison who butchered these guys who were trying to put cable up in a village.
Yeah.
They put them in a hole and macheted them and put it on fucking social media. The macheting of these people.
For no other reason than they were in the wrong territory. These were just workers.
For no other reason. This guy said, here, I'll show you. And he shows Madeley. And Madeley obviously looked mortified. But the way he looked in the camera and he just went, you don't want to watch this. You just don't want to watch this.
He went, holy cow.
Holy cow. You don't want to see this. The way he did.
But they had to show it to him because he was... So just to give listeners a bit of background, if they didn't see it, so there's just an unbelievable crime rate in El Salvador, or there was, with what do they call them? Gangs. Is there another word for them, Dave?
Well, I'm assuming like drug gangs, aren't they? But
yeah, so these rival drug gangs in El Salvador, they're just going about killing people and making everybody's lives a misery.
Pure misery.
They're just everywhere. The police couldn't get control for years. But this new president came in, and I think what they did probably is they just arrested everybody who had a tattoo, because these gang members, they basically tattoo themselves to show which gang they're in. Okay, which is a bit of a daft idea, isn't it? Because you're just basically telling everybody that you're in one of these gangs and you're a criminal. So I think they just rounded them up, and they have these sort of kangaroo courts, don't they, which are online. So they like try about 50 of them at one time, and they're just watching a screen, and they don't appear to have any proper representation, and then they get like sentenced to life in this jail.
Yeah.
But the way they're treated in the jail, you can say definitely, is very inhumane, because they're all put in these massive rooms with bunks in them, and they've got nothing to do apart from read the Bible, or they have like half an hour exercise every day, and they're there forever, basically.
Yeah, they're never coming out.
Madeley's coming in, he's like frowning, and he's being very disapproving, and he's asking this the director, senior director, as he keeps this guy who's in charge, you know, well, why are you doing this? How can you do this? You know, this surely is inhumane. And this director, you know, very quickly gets pissed off with him. I mean, he doesn't speak English. They're speaking for an interpreter. And the director's going to the interpreter, you know, what's he on about? Why is he asking me all these questions?
Yeah.
I've got to ask them, you know. I'm a journalist. And then they all get kicked out, don't they, after 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And then the next 10 minutes is Madeley grovelling, basically, trying to get back in.
It's great. Well, what did I say?
But I loved the senior director. He was like a Hispanic Bob Hoskins, wasn't he?
He was.
This little short guy, but
I like the fact he was sort of like all the others had like face masks. All the guards, all of them, they didn't show the face. But he's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, I don't give a fuck. They're in prison. Fuck them. It's an unbelievable story though, because they have gone from El Salvador has gone from a place that has had the highest murder rate in the entire world per capita to the lowest in the Western Hemisphere by basically just getting rid of all the gangsters and sticking them in a prison. And you know, they've even gone so far as to like destroy all the gravestones, destroy graffiti, just to eliminate the idea of it even existing. He said, no, look, this is shit. We're eliminating this out of society because we want to have a normal society. So it strikes up a great debate, because my wife and I were I thought it was a brilliant documentary because it does strike up a great debate. My wife was saying, oh, God, you know, it seems very, very austere, like your human rights. But then you kind of go, well, yeah, but what if your human rights, what if everybody's human rights have suffered so badly because these gangs have been so fucking vile and, like you said, infiltrated and been a parasite to every part of society, that by getting rid of them, full stop, has basically made the rest of society happier and better, and the potential for a better economy as a country, you know, because they'll have tourism and things like that will come back into the country that wasn't there. You know, who the fuck would go into El Salvador unless you're a crazed journalist like James Woods in that film? You know,
Well, the president has a great line, which I'm sure he's said more than once, is that he says, we've been criticised for imprisoning hundreds, but we've liberated millions. That's exactly what's happened. But
sorry, go on.
Well, I was just going to say that I think when you do see them all in this big cells, and they all look they all look very subdued, don't they? I don't know if they're even allowed to speak to each other that often. Madeley did make the point. He says the first thing you think is pity, and you do. I've got to admit, I did. I thought, Christ, this is bloody awful. But what the senior director was saying is that it has to be like this to be a deterrent to anybody else outside, because we're basically saying your life will be so shit for the rest of your life if you end up in here. Right. You're not going to be having Sky TV, playing pool and all the rest of it. You're just going to be bored out your face forever.
Yeah.
And it did turn them into like very meek prisoners, didn't it?
Yeah, because, well, the thing that, and this was a great Madeley moment, a very Partridge-esque moment, was they did show Madeley what they would do if anyone spoke up or caused a scene, and they would put them in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
And it was literally so like a cell. They
put him in, they locked him in for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he goes, and that smells something, it's got an odour. It's like, yeah, you're next to a toilet.
It's so dark in here. It's so dark. And I'll just feel my way around and, there's the loo. Could you imagine being in here for 90 days? Well, that's what they would do. They would put them in for 90 days. Yeah. Pitch black on your own. That would fuck with your head massively, wouldn't it? So, yeah, it's a difficult watch because you do think, it's not necessarily the way you'd want to go about doing things. But in a country where it had got so extreme, maybe an extreme measure has had to have been taken to change things.
Yeah, I'm all for
it. The thing is, it's fucking works.
It is like when they started telling Madeley and showing him the crimes of these people, and they're not just killing each other; they're killing innocent members of the public just to make people scared of them. That wouldn't ever defy them in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
And then, like you say, putting it out on social media, that sort of. But the guy who did that is an absolute idiot because he didn't even try and cover his face, did he? So
no. Well, this is how flagrant they were. They just thought no one was going to bring them to book. Everyone was terrified of them. So the president gets in and said, "No, we'll get the army in this. Get the army down there, round them up in prison. See you later. Get rid of the fucking lot." You know what I mean? We're not.
I mean, obviously, many are born into it, and you feel that they've got no real choice.
Well, this was the thing that Jackie was saying. I said, but a lot of it is interfamily and generational. So this is the problem. So you had to get it from the root, didn't you? And just get rid. It's a television measure. But
he actually spoke to one of them, didn't he? And this guy had killed 30 people.
But he was a leader. He admitted he was a leader. His name was Psycho.
His nickname was Psycho, right? But he said, well, I saw my mum killed when I was a kid, and, I had to avenge her. And you can understand that, can't you, in a way? But you don't have to then go on to be psycho.
But that gang culture just creates that psychotic behaviour and that, so unfortunately, it's probably true that maybe there's one or two that slipped through the net and they hadn't committed terrible crimes, but they were witness to them and part of the fucking gang. You know what I mean? They'd still get done for conspiracy, of witness to a crime, which would probably get you 10 years in prison anyway. You know what I mean? Like a crime like murder, and you're a witness to a crime like murder and don't do anything about it, you can go to prison for a long time.
Did you just moving on a bit of more Madeley, did you ever see that documentary he did when he met the squatters?
Do you know, I don't think I did. I didn't see that one.
That's got some
that was brilliant. I wish I had.
Yeah, I think there's like a compilation of his best bits on YouTube, and there's a bit where he's going for a pee, right, in this squat, and for some reason, I don't know why, they sort of leave the door open, and he goes, "You can't film me pissing." But it's like, Madeley's the sort of guy who he swears to look cool, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
so he's
does,
with these
exactly.
younger kids.
Yeah.
And he thought, yeah, they'll think I'm cool if I drop a few swear words.
Did I ever tell you that I saw him in Curry's years ago, and as he left, he dropped a fiver. I think I've probably mentioned this before. He dropped a fiver on the floor, and I was going to quickly go, Richard, hey, you've dropped your money, or shall I have it? Like that, because of course he was done for like nicking like stuff out of Tesco's or something, wasn't he? But he actually quickly, I think the person in the shop said, "You've dropped something there." And he, oh, thank you. You know, bent down and picked it up.
You should have said, you can get a bottle of wine without Richard.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect line.
No, he did.
Hey,
He did actually unbelievably get clear, didn't he? But that was our local Tesco's. That when I was living in Burnage, that was the local Tesco.
We only live round the corner from. And from me, because when he was living round there, he was only round the corner from both of us, because I was living in Didsbury at the time.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I lived on Clyde Road for years.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah,
and one way or another, and Parswood Road down round the back.
In this squatting documentary, he meets this woman called Dory, right? And he's sort of walking along with her, and he goes, are we roughly of an age? I'm 56. And she goes, you're a bit rude. I've recently celebrated my 29th anniversary of my 21st birthday. He's like thinking, what? Anyway, that would mean she's 50.
Right.
So he's just really insulted her. But then he comes out with this brilliant line. He goes, 14 years ago, Dory quit her job in Texas as a hotshot financier. And they're doing this, the squatters do this skip diving.
Oh, yeah.
And he's asking them, hey, what's your supermarket skip of choice? I shop at Waitrose. Well, you do, because you're banned from Tesco.
I was going to say. But he's got Waitrose written all over him, hasn't he?
He totally has, yeah.
He really has.
You know what,
Even in that documentary last night, you can't help feeling in that documentary I watched last night, he still has this little kind of pose thing going on. There's one bit where they had him walking in slow motion through like a graveyard or something. And I can imagine Richard saying, right, I want you to film me in slow motion doing this. You know, I have to say, he looks bloody good for 70. He's looking good. Looking damn good.
Yeah. Do you remember when Mrs. Merton was talking about them, and she says, was it when she did Mrs. Merton and Malcolm or something, when she's got a son, and he's watching them on telly, and she goes, "That's not his mother."
That's not his mother. I'm just going to say. Have you come with your mother, Richard?
Oh, that was really tight. That. Poor Judy. But
Poor Judy.
I heard this story. This guy goes, he wrote this on something. He says, he lives near me. I was once in M&S. That would be the M&S in Didsbury. Yeah. Trying to get a look at the deli counter selection, but these two obnoxious cunts were blocking my view. Eventually, they turned around and it was none other than Richard and Judy buying a little roast beef. What a twat.
I can imagine him being obnoxious. I can imagine him being a pain in the
just
arse.
looking at some beef.
I don't know. There is something in that. You know, they probably were not being obnoxious, and like he's just calling them obnoxious. But you can't help feel it about a little bit about them. You know, they'd probably be arguing with the waiter in a restaurant. The wine's off. The wine's off. Imagine it. Come on, it's £15 a glass. It's off.
Would you like me to go to the local Tesco and nick another bottle for you, Mr.
Me and Stuart Hall have got it down. Really got it down.
Yeah,
pat.
It sort of happened at the same time, that didn't it?
Stuart Hall got
arrested for nicking some sausages.
Yeah.
And not long after that, Anthony Worrell Thompson was nicking. And I quite liked what he said, though. He just said, you know, because he was using the self-checkout and he wasn't putting through half the stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, why did you do it? And he went, no, I was just for the devil of it.
Exactly. And that's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Because honestly, loads of people are doing that in self-checkout, aren't they?
I never do it, Dave. Have you?
Oh, well.
Because they weigh stuff now, I think, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah. No comment, Lee.
No.
But listeners, I'm doing it. Listeners, I'm doing a little Eric Morecambe with my glasses. You know what I mean? As I say that.
Yeah.
I thought we might mention Madeley's first magnificent faux pas with Shakin' Stevens. I thought that was
yeah. You know what, Dave? Can I just say though, and I think we have talked at length about Richard, so
we have.
I don't want to repeat ourselves.
No, so we'll leave that there. Okay, well, we'll leave that there because let's be honest, all the listeners, all our lovely discerning listeners, will have seen all the Richard Madeley stuff. But hopefully they will agree with us that Richard Madeley is a national treasure and a national error all rolled into one.
He is.
I think that's genius.
Well, I have actually compiled a list of some of the best Richard Madeley incidents and lines. But just to go back to the one final joke about the nicking the wine from Tesco was when he was doing this morning. It was after the court case when he got cleared. They've got this like chef on, Richard and Judy are hanging about watching him do something. And he was going, oh, what would you have with this? What drink would you have with this? And he went, would you have to get like an expensive vino? And he went, no, just get any bottle from your local Tesco.
Tesco.
Guys,
I bet his eyebrow went up.
And his face, yeah. Right, so here's a great story or clip. I saw this clip, right, where he's going, you look at the beach and you go, pretty, lovely golden sands, that's safe. Not in some parts of the country. Quicksand.
That is so Partridge. Amazing.
And when he announced on air that his daughter was an accident, did you ever see that? He goes,
he did what?
Yes, so he goes, oh, yeah, so Judy got pregnant. Yes, Chloe, you were an accident.
Brilliant.
And here's another one. What price do you put on your pet's care? Is there a point where you go, too expensive, the dog has to die? And my favourite, after the Will Smith punch or slap, he says, well, did you know that people who win Oscars are 7 times more likely to have psychiatric issues? Where's he getting that from?
Brilliant.
I think someone wound him up and told him that.
Brilliant.
There was a bit where the cameraman, so he was talking to Ricky Gervais. And Ricky Gervais said, the cameraman's giving you the V's. Oh, no. He says, the cameraman keeps doing the wanker sign to you when you're talking. And he goes, yeah, he's been doing that all day. I don't even know why he's still working here.
He's brilliant. I love
when he said to a teenager suffering from anorexia, 5 stone? That's concentration camp thin, that is.
Oh, my God.
Well, he called that kid who had cancer. All right, Baldy.
Oh.
And the dad later on said, what a dick.
That is amazing. Oh, my God.
And he said to John Lydon, if we could throw a fishing rod into the corridors of time and reel you in, you'd throttle yourself, wouldn't you?
Oh, my God. He has come up with some amazing lines, hasn't he? He has.
I know, but do you think he... part of me thinks he sort of plays up to it now, doesn't he? Because he has got a bit of a cult following. And
for sure he does. For sure. Well, the thing is, he must know full well as well that Coogan, I've heard Coogan say, well, I kind of based some of Partridge on Richard Madeley.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that in Alpha Papa. In Alpha Papa, he's sort of got a Madeley haircut, hasn't he?
He's got a Madeley hair.
A bit longer.
Exactly. So,
he plays up to that whole image, I'm sure, you know. But he's got, and the thing with Richard as well, he's got skin like a fucking rhino, hasn't he? He don't give a shit. It's made him a great success in a way because he doesn't seem to give a shit. Like you were saying before about Oliver Reed going on about his orange face and all this, you know. You know, and there's so many other incidents, like Shakin' Stevens, like wrestling him.
Yeah, I watched that clip the other day. You know, Stevens was really wanting to hurt Madeley then.
He was.
Even after the initial tussle, he did it again.
He did it again. He did it twice. It's just sort of like, I've had enough of the way he's talking. I'm wondering, can you imagine? I was looking in the eyes of some of those fucking psycho prisoners, and they were looking at him going, I would like to fucking destroy this blonde fucking piece of fucking English shit. You rip his fucking face now. And then he's going, oh, yeah, great, okay, yeah.
I wonder what they thought when he was walking up and down, gawping at them, looking
Who
scared.
is this fucking old double-dyed blonde grey-haired fuck coming here into our prison? The Seacott. Fucking killing my puppy's eyes out. What are you in shit house?
Another one I've just remembered. He said to some dwarfs, I think it was dwarfs, he said,
You little people, hello little people.
Do you find that people patronise you? That means they talk down to you.
Brilliant.
His opening line to Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Where did you get your face?
Oh, God. I remember when he was, and I found it quite difficult to watch, I found a lot of Madeley stuff quite difficult to watch, but when he was lambasting this Just Stop Oil protester on the show, you know.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he was loving it. He was loving it.
Well, good time on his side.
Yeah. Well, you know, I wasn't disagreeing with him, but it's the way he went about it. So he went full on Piers Morgan, you know. Which is kind of clever what they've done by bringing Madeley in. It's a clever thing that they've done. Morgan goes, they bring Madeley in. You know what I mean? It's clever. It's clever. Yeah. Let's be honest. Piers Morgan, for me, would always be a national error. But the thing with Madeley, he is yet another fantastic gobshite. You know, he's a brilliant gobshite. You know, but there's something also quite kind of endearing about him because he's kind of even at the end when he goes, God, I was really struggling with this idea of the prison and the human rights, but in the end, I agree. Yeah, they're a bunch of psychopaths, and El Salvador's a much better place for it. Yippee! You know, it's great. Oh. Fantastic.
No, he should do a series because we don't see enough of him, to be honest. I think he's massively underused.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think this is what I love about Channel 5. They grab older people like Richard and they get them to do a documentary. You know, it's kind of like the elephant's graveyard, isn't it, of like TV presenters, but kind of in a lovely way. I think Channel 5 because they actually do some quite good stuff.
I'm just thinking, though, you don't see Judy anymore, do you? Wonder what Judy's up to.
I just, like,
careful
getting fat, I'm going to say. Create a lump. Horrible,
you can't say that.
Judy the Hutt.
Judy. No. She's suffered, Dave. The living with Richard.
And she has put years on her,
constantly embarrassing her live on air.
Put years on her. At least it looks like it's put years on her.
He was going on about, why do you always find pubes on soap? I found one the other day. It was Judy's. She'd been washing her fanny.
Oh, he didn't say that. No, Tell me he didn't say that.
He didn't say the last bit, but...
oh, my God.
And she was, like, horrified. Can you imagine him going back in the car? She's just twatting him while she's trying to drive.
Has there been a book brought out, like Coleman Balls, with Madeley's faux pas? Someone needs to do it. Maybe we should do it.
There's plenty online. You can actually, like I did, look up some of his best bits.
Yeah.
Did you ever remember them doing the book club, Richard and Judy's book club?
Yeah.
God.
I do.
It was like, yeah, me and Judy, we've both been reading the new Joanna Trollope. We've got to say, it's shaping up to be a cracking read. How many books I read about 40 books in a week. Probably just read the back, didn't they?
Yeah, somebody did. Got someone to give him a synopsis. Got one of his researchers to give him a synopsis of the story.
Because it became like a sort of brand, didn't it? So you'd go into W.H. Smith's and there'd be a whole stand devoted to Richard and Judy's recommendations.
They'd sell thousands from their recommendations on the books. It was massive.
I've got to admit, Dave, and this might sound very odd out of context, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing like Richard giving this book review, and the book itself was called Without Condoms, and it's about how men have decided that they don't want to wear condoms and all the different reasons behind that. But
go bareback.
So I really wish I could find that.
Right.
Let me have a look on Facebook. I might be able to bloody find it. If I find it, we're going to have to drop it in, Dave, because I was very pleased with it at the time.
Oh, I tell you what, I've just found here, the Richard and Judy Book Club on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Have a little look at this. There it is. Look at them. Look at Richard with his mother there.
Oh. Let me have a look. What is it?
Just have a look at the picture. You'll see what I mean. Youthful, boyish Richard and
his
nagging Harridan mother.
Dave, he must really. The fact that he is.
He's
getting younger and Judy isn't. It must really annoy her.
Scroll down and see the photograph.
No, have a age-appropriate haircut, Richard.
Have you seen? Are you on
wearing
it?
Trendy clothes.
Are you on it?
Richard and Judy.
Have a look at the photograph where it says featured.
I can't find it. Oh, Facebook, right? Okay.
It's on Facebook. So Richard and Judy Book Club on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the picture of Judy there.
Jesus, Dave.
I'm sorry. But you see, Richard, he's not aged, has he? He's got all that, he's got like that, the murdered children's blood in his veins or whatever it is that he does. He must be some kind of fucking Satanist.
I'd love it if Richard had like a room in his house with a big pentagram on the floor.
Yeah, I would too.
And they had matching cowls.
Can you imagine if there was like a load of fucking U-Tree shit came out and made...
Well, apparently when he was married to his first wife, and he was only married to like for 4 or 5 years, he had 10 affairs.
No.
10 affairs.
10 affairs? And he was only married to her for a year?
Well, no, a bit longer than that, about 4 or 5. But it's like, why did you even get married? Richard,
well, I wonder how many
what made you want to get married?
I wonder how many he's had with bloody Judy.
No, again, Dave. I mean, where are you going with this? Where's the evidence there? I mean, wouldn't there be loads of stories coming out in the Sun?
Lee, I'm just being horrible. Actually, there's a couple of pictures of her here. She looks quite well in a way, but she does look quite a lot older than him. It has to be said. These are recent pictures of Judy. These must be quite recent pictures. Are you on it?
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, have you seen them where she's smiling? She's had her teeth done.
I mean, how old is Judy? Do we know?
We're going to find out now. We're going to find out right now, son. Let's have a look. Judy Finnegan. I bet she's got to be older than Richard. She's about 80. 78. Like... She is. She's 78. She's nearly 80.
So how old is Richard then?
Just turned 70.
Really?
Yeah, he's just turned 70. Richard's 70. But look at that picture of them walking down the street where Richard thinks he's like Steve McQueen and Judy's there like his... I don't want to say his mum again. It's so harsh. Richard Madeley, I'm telling you now, he's 70. Let's have a look. 70 years old. On the 13th of May, 1956, he turned 70. He was born, so it makes him exactly 70 years old. Well, not exactly, obviously. It's 70 years old and 16 days.
Brilliant. Who do you think will go first?
Well, looking at the health kick here, I think there's only one answer to that, Lee. Only one answer to that. I mean, one of them looks like she's staring at an open grave. I'm looking at some pictures of the show last night now with the little fella who looked a bit. He does look like a cross. The little fella from the show, the guy who run the prison,
Senor Director Garcia.
Senor Director. He looks like a real cross between Bob Hoskins and Paul Shane from Heidi High. It's a real look.
I thought he had a bit of Elmer Fudd about him. He's got those chubby features. You can imagine what he was saying in Spanish to his other guards. Who is this fucking dickhead?
Who is this fucking punsy blonde
Put
hair
him with the
fucking...
prisoners. See if he's sympathetic then.
Who is this Nancy boy? Come in here.
Yeah, I wrote down the quote.
With his orange face.
When they got them to leave, when they asked them to leave, he says, "The crew and I are swiftly escorted from the complex." Another one he says is, "Brutal, bleak, barren. It's unsettled me to the core." I remember there was a bit of padding in it because they got kicked out, and therefore they were thinking, well, what are we going to do now? They went round some of the villages in El Salvador, didn't they, with this copper. And he goes, "You're all tooled up. Got a carbine in one hand and a pistol in a holster." Yeah, what do you expect?
Richard, Mr. Punch, and Judy.
I always think I'd like to see.
It looks like Judy's been punched.
I would like to see Richard maybe do a bit of acting. Why has he never done that? I could imagine him as have his own show where he's like a private detective. You know, a bit like Baywatch Nights.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff's character was like a private detective. He probably never got any sleep, did he? But
no.
Yeah, Richard would be pretty good. Or like a cross between that and Boone. So he wouldn't always be like solving crime. He'd just be doing a few odd jobs.
I would love to see Madeley take over the role of M in the Bond films. So the next Bond film that came on, the chair would swivel round. I go, "All right, Bond. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Why is it always pubic hair on bars of soap? Where does it come from? I don't know. Anyway, we got a hell of a job going on just outside of Ukraine. Yeah. And trouble everywhere. Bombs going off. Spectre, Spectre's doing his thing again. Bit of Spectre. And we need you to go down there. There's a lot of very attractive young women. So behave yourself. You know what I'm saying? Saddle up. Put on a rubber. And I want you to take out Spectre. Okay? Imagine it'd be great. That would be fabulous.
It would. Have they ever appeared as themselves in like a TV show? I don't think they have.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? If they were in something like, what's that? Murder in Paradise or something. Like
Death in Paradise. God.
Yeah, Death in Paradise.
Stop that. They just keep getting a new person to be in it, don't they? I've never ever watched an episode.
Yeah, no, it's fucking dreadful, isn't it?
Ralph Little, that big guy.
Yeah.
Who else is it now? Who is the new person?
Oh, God. It started
Little.
off with that sort of lanky fucking
Chris
dude.
Marshall, I think he's called.
Is he the one from
My
Keep It in the
Family?
My Family, that was it. Yeah, and he's been in like some of those shite rom-coms. Yeah.
Who've they got now? Let's have a look. Segueing a bit here. 15 seasons, Dave.
I know. Who watches it? Who watches that? So maybe they should get Madeley to become the new detective. That would be good. Or both of them. Hi, she's not my mother, it's my wife. Okay. Anyway, I'm the new detective around here. Okay. My name's Richard Madeley. And
Detective Inspector Madeley to you, young man. And this is my wife, D.I. Finnegan. You know, she uses her maiden name. She's very professional like that. Here,
Right,
man,
here we go.
Richard
So we've got...
Madeley, new detective, man.
So,
Sorry.
Ardlo Hanlon did it.
Ardlo Hanlon, he was the first one, I think, wasn't he?
And now Don Gillette, I think. Who's Don Gillette?
Who's Don Gillette?
Oh,
Wasn't he on Crackerjack or something?
Oh, yeah. He was in EastEnders. That's why I don't know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever watched an episode of Death in Paradise from start to finish? Because I
haven't watched any of it.
I've never ever watched more than maybe like 5 minutes. I'm going, what is this lame shit with Don Warrington as the police commissioner or whatever it is?
Don Warrington's in it.
Don Warrington's great. Don't get me wrong, I love Don Warrington, but I mean, part of me's going, Don, why are you doing this? It's beneath you.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you ever remember him being in Cat's Eye? Do you remember Cat's Eyes?
Oh yeah, I remember Cat's Eye.
Which was a spin-off from The Gentle Touch.
The Gentle Touch, yeah.
So it had like three. What was
like
Maggie...
Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, it was a British Charlie's Angels, wasn't it? And
yeah.
Don Warrington was like not necessarily Charlie because you never saw Charlie, did you?
Yeah, he was more like the.
Who was
Bosley? Was the guy? I know the guy. I can picture his face now. I can't remember his name.
You know who he looks like, Dave? He looks like Senor Director Garcia, doesn't he? From the
he does.
Doc.
A round face, bit of a buggy nose.
Yeah.
Yes. We've come full. Lee, we've come full circle.
I know. Yeah. What was Jill Gascoigne's character called in The Gentle Touch? Maggie.
That's The Gentle Touch, isn't it? Sure. I think I can tell you who she was married to in real life. She was married to that Italian actor, British Italian actor from Prick Up Your Ears and Raiders of the Lost Ark, Alfred Molina.
Oh, really?
I used to fancy her. I used to think she was a bit of rough, really. Jill Gascoigne, yeah.
She's 80. Oh, she's died, Dave.
She's dead. Yeah, she's died. Yeah.
Maggie.
Widow.
Christ, just tell me.
Don't just put
Maggie
in the gentle.
Forbes.
Maggie Forbes. Put in the Gentle Touch. It'll say the character's name.
Who else? You know who else was in that, Dave? Do you remember Derek Thompson was in it?
Derek Thompson.
Before he starred in 3,000 episodes of Casualty. I think Derek Thompson does hold
his entire life.
Yes. Yeah, I think he does hold the record for playing a character for the longest time.
Yeah, in a series, not in a soap opera, in a drama series.
Oh yeah, because Ken Barlow wouldn't he?
That's fucking. Can you imagine doing that, William Roach? All your fucking life in that fucking thing.
William Roach has got a similar haircut to Richard, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe it's there's something in.
Do you think maybe Linus Roach, his son, who's a brilliant actor but in loads of stuff, goes, my dad's really fucking loaded, like he's got loads more money than me, and yet he's been in that fucking playing that fucking shite talk, fucking Ken Barlow for all his life. Like a cardboard fucking cutout. And I've been playing fucking lunatic bloody occultists and all sorts of kind of roles. You know. I like Linus.
He probably does, Dave.
Yeah, I bet he does. What are you fucking doing? All those money when you've done that all your life. Just going, hello, man, Ken Barlow.
I mean, I've not seen Corrie for ages.
I haven't.
I don't know. I can't. He is obviously still in it, but I don't know how much.
Honestly, if there's any soap opera on the TV that comes, for me, it's like fucking Ebola. I've got to get rid of it as quick as possible. Don't get off. I can't stand any.
Especially
any kind
EastEnders. You don't want like, oh god, your room just feels depressed, doesn't it? As soon as that comes on.
Any kind of shit like that just do. I mean, we waste a lot of time in our brief lives anyway, don't we? We waste a lot of time. But to actually waste our time on these fictional fucks who never go away,
and they have these repeated storylines, and and there's 10 murders in the street, there's 10 gay people in the street, there's all sorts of gender issues in the street. There's someone's had been raped 4 times. Someone's been drugged and sexually assaulted. Someone's been buried under the fucking tarmac.
Everyone gets married on Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't get married because they get jilted or something happens.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Someone has a heart attack at the altar.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how...
Well, that's a podcast in itself, Dave. Let's just run down the soaps.
Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do one where we fucking absolutely nail it. Nail the fucking soap operas. Because I can't believe they're still going. Especially with this new diverse world we've got where people will go online and do YouTube and they make their own entertainment and, they're actually doing something with their lives by doing that. But to actually sit there like a fucking zombie...
It's like an addiction, isn't it? I suppose it's... If you've watched, I don't know how many episodes they've made, say 10,000 episodes of Coronation Street, it's like you're so far in. It would be like finishing a book 10 pages from the end. You've just read like a 2,000-page book, but you just finish on page 1990. So it's that, you don't want to be missing what happens next. I mean, they are quite clever in that sense, is that they do keep you hooked, don't they? I mean, I don't know how or why particularly.
It's the manipulation of them that I hate. I mean, to be honest with you, the only one that I actually listen to is The Archers, because I drive around with Radio 4 all the time, so I can't avoid it, right? So, but I just sort of, when I'm, driving around on my own and my next job or whatever, well, quite often I'll only hear like a minute of it because I'm going to do a job, but then I can't help catching up with it at some point of the weekend.
I didn't know this.
I don't follow it, but I kind of can't avoid it, is what I mean sometimes. But all I do is take the piss out of it because it's constant. It's just like the telly. It's just gone like the fucking telly soaps where they go, all right there, Mr. Ollie Bongo. Nice to see you in the village. How are you getting on being the new doctor in the surgery? Oh, it's very good, thank you, Peggy. I'm loving it here. But I'm just going to go to Mr. Quack on the farm, Oh, yeah, I love the fact that Mr. Quack has taken over the dairy farm, our new Chinese friend. It's like, fuck off. It doesn't happen. It's not like this in the country. They're all fucking reform racists. They're not like this. They are. They're more right-wing than the fucking KKK around here. It's not like that in reality. It's a lie. Fucking BBC again. BBC, such a fucking bunch of liars.
I do quite like the idea of imagining Richard in different TV scenarios.
I'd love to see have him. Is it a sitcom like Sorry? I'd like them to. A reworking of Sorry for the 21st century with Judy as his mother. No. Oh gosh, honestly, I'm just going to do a bit of carpentry.
Well, he probably is very used to saying sorry to Judy after embarrassing her for every single day.
I could just see the scene, Lee. I'm going to put up this picture, mother, Judith, mother. I'm going to put up this picture, and he puts a nail in the wall, or he's drilling it in. Oh, Rex, I've done my finger. Richard! Sorry, mother!
My favourite image of Richard was when he was drinking a pint of piss.
Wow, that is an image.
He had this...
Is that why his face is orange? Sorry.
Well, then maybe that's the secret, because...
Maybe that is the secret.
We're doing this article on urine therapy, right? So this guy comes on...
Aquavita!
There was just literally a pint of piss on the table, and Richard goes, "Whose piss is this?" "Oh, it's my own, actually." "All right, let's have a bit then." So
he drank someone else's piss? He didn't even drink his own.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh my God!
It's salty. It's piss. What else do you think it's going to taste like?
He might as well have swallowed someone else's jizz. Oh,
that was coming up after the break. Imagine him trying to kiss Judy goodnight after that. Get the fuck away.
Give us a kiss, Jude.
Breath twat. Yeah, well, I taste your piss when I go down on you.
Oh, come on, Richard. That's not happened for 20 years.
That's what he said on air. Oh, God.
Not only did I taste some of your piss, but there was cobwebs down there as well.
He's going to kill us. Never mind those criminals from the 24 hours police custody. Never mind these El Salvadorian bastards. And
this stays in the pod, Lee.
Who else? Who else are we scared of? Who's coming after us?
Both
of them.
Our listeners will love
both
this.
Them's coming after us.
They'll love this. The good bit of old-fashioned border humour. Nobody minds a bit of piss taking of Richard and Judy. Everyone loves to take a piss out of Richard and Judy.
No, I don't feel. I feel Judy's an innocent victim.
Judy is a national treasure. Can we say that?
She is.
Judy definitely is. You know, I mean, she's a huge national treasure. She's had to put up with Richard for fucking God knows how many years for a start.
Just reminded me when
it's Judy.
A tits came out on that national TV awards. Do you remember? And everyone's like going mad because Judy had popped out, and Richard thinks they're all cheering, wanting him to do his Ali G impression. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's like, how about you, Richard? Judy's tits are out.
Jesus Christ. I forgot about that.
She's taken the limelight. I mean, the Ali G thing, man. I wasn't.
Oh, the Ali G.
Famous,
Fringe
but I did
TV.
Watch it the other day, and I just.
I mean,
I've got to say, it does. It is funny. It is quite
it's funny.
But oh God, it's another attempt to get down with the kids.
The thing with Richard, he just doesn't have any self-conscience. I don't think he just doesn't care.
No, and I respect him for that.
I love that. I really love that about him. You know, there is no filter, is there, with Richard? This is the other thing as well. Yeah. So that makes him kind of dangerous TV. Maybe you never quite know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I know.
That's what he is a national treasure, Lee. That's what makes him a national treasure.
And Judy is.
And Judy is. But the flip side, when it goes too far, is a national error.
But what else has he done?
Judy, honestly, do you remember that time that I came in your mouth? When I came in your mouth that time? and you didn't really want me to, but I just couldn't resist. And all my semen was in your mouth. Oh, it was hilarious. And her mother had come round, and she was trying to swallow my semen whilst answering the door to her mother. Oh, Judy, we did laugh.
Oh, my God. No, we don't. Shut up, Rich. Tell you what, it's a bit similar to, is it Giles and Nutty off Gogglebox?
Yeah, it's very similar.
He's sort of got a bit of a Richard look, maybe an older Richard look, and she is a bit Judy-esque. I'm always saying to Michelle, God, I can't stand her. She's a right miserable cow. Yeah. Giles is trying to be funny and make her laugh, and she's just sat there on a lower chair for some reason.
I'm
surprised he doesn't leave, basically.
I think he just...
Natty. Oh, shut up, Giles. Stop being childish.
I think Giles, and I think this applies to Richard too, I think Giles gets quite a kick out of winding her up. About getting her annoyed, and I think Madeley does the same with Judy Finnegan. I think because she did a lot, didn't she? For a lot of time, she was often going, "Don't, Richard, don't say that. No, that's not true. I didn't do that. Don't be saying that, Richard." A lot of that went on. She was very embarrassed by it. She was very embarrassed by him many times.
I know, but she still carried on doing the show, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moolah, baby, the moolah.
Well, I'll never forget when they pissed off down to London, didn't they? And got all the crews, left the crew behind who all lost their jobs, the local crew in Liverpool, just because they wanted to live in London.
Yeah, so that crew weren't thinking they were national treasures, were they?
Do you know who did the absolute opposite, Dave? Des Lynam, when he got the Countdown gig, right, and he was commuting from London because it's filmed in Yorkshire, and you know, a few months he was going, I can't really do this commute, I'm going to leave. And the producers were like, no, we'll move it down to London. And he went, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having local people lose their jobs.
Good for Des.
Yeah.
Good for Des.
Yeah, where's Des gone?
Where's Des gone? Now there's a national treasure, if ever there was. Desmond Lionel. Brilliant.
Absolutely
fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Desmond Lionel, Fred Talbot, national error. Of course, who was on Good Morning Britain with Richard and Judy. But we've talked about that cunt before. What a cunt. But Des Lynam was a great man.
He was. In 2013, Lynam endorsed UKIP.
Oh, fucking hell, did he?
That's probably when Robert Kilroy Silk was involved. He's a bit of a national error, isn't he, Kilroy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kilroy Silk is a national error, for sure.
Mm.
Do you think Madeley might do that?
That show, Share or Shaft.
Share or Shaft.
Oh my God, we're going. Yeah, it was like I think it was similar to Golden Balls that Jasper Carrott did. So you get a situation where if both parties agree to share, they share the money. But if one says shaft and the other says share, then the one that says shaft wins all the money. But if they both say shaft, none of them get the money. So they're like talking to each other going, you know, you can trust me, I'm definitely going to share, I'm not greedy. And inevitably, it'll go shaft, right? But it was Kilroy, he used to go, so, Barbara, what do you think? Are you going to share? Or are you going to shaft? Anyway, that was that. It only lasted one series, I think.
I do remember it.
I just remembered another time Richard embarrassed Judy on air when he announced to the world that she had thrush. Yeah, you had a dose, didn't you, Judy? Yeah, I was itchy for weeks.
Had terrible thrush. I can see Madeley, a new game show for Madeley though now. Shite or right. Right. And it'd be like, now listen, this game show is perfect for me because a lot of people think I talk a lot of shite, but quite often I'm right. And this is what the show's about. You can win money by guessing whether our guest is talking shite or he's talking right. Has this really happened or is he full of shit? Let's find out.
Oh, yeah, it's a winner, that. I've just remembered another Richard story where he basically, when he's on Good Morning Britain, and he says, oh, yeah, here's Alex with the weather. My daughter fancies you. It's like pimping out his daughter.
Jesus.
He's already told the world she was a hole in the condom.
Jesus.
Bastard.
He never stops, does he?
He's the archetype.
Embarrasses his children.
Embarrassing dad, isn't he?
He is the ultimate embarrassing
She's
dad.
married to that rugby player now.
Yes, she is.
She doesn't want. I bet he doesn't say stuff anymore.
No. Well, he was quite. I saw them doing like a game show together, the three of them.
Oh, right.
The rugby player fella and his daughter, and they're all quite pally, aren't they? You know,
for now,
they all get on with him. I think he's just a bit of a daft old bugger, isn't he?
Yeah, let's go for a pint.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's an old speckled hen. Yeah.
Yeah, give us a Peroni.
Yeah. That's more like Richard. Yeah, Peroni. Oh, what was the partridge, Mom? Had a nut brown ale. Directors, yeah. Mine's a directors.
Pint of directors.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so anything else have we got to say about Magnificent Madeley and Brilliant Blessed and
Oh, I love it. Love the alliteration and the
bumbling Barrymore.
Oh, yeah, he is bumbling and mumbling Barrymore. That's the thing with Barrymore. He can barely spit a fucking word out properly, can he?
Stop!
He's fucking horrible, isn't he? I mean, honestly, anyone, listeners, go and have a look at his horrible little YouTube thing that he's doing, or whatever it is he's doing. I'm just going to walk about the fucking...
He's got a podcast called All White.
All White, yeah. or open all orifices. Open all.
Why did All Whites never take advantage?
I know.
Of using Barrymore in one of their adverts.
What? I'm a frequent member of a dream car. If it's following me out, but it's one of those nights. All right.
Yeah, now I've finished with this bottle of lemonade, I'm just going to stuff it up someone's arse.
Yeah, I'm going to crack a little bit off the edge and shove it up someone's rectum. All right?
And deny all knowledge.
Yeah. Pretend I knew nothing about it. You know, when I was rubbing cocaine on someone's anus and then into the gums. Fucker.
God.
Fucking wank pad. Honestly. Whatever a wank pad is. I don't know what a wank pad is.
Listeners, if you know Richard, if you know Judy, please don't tell them about this.
No.
Or we'll end up in that mega prison.
Yeah, you're going straight to Seacott. Let me tell you now.
I've got to make
with all those psychopathic thugs. And I'll make sure that Paul Shane stroke Bob Hoskins fucking gives you a right good thrashing.
Yeah. But I want to end, Dave, with you, as Brian Blessed, reading from Men Only magazine. So, listeners, you're in for a treat here. But until next time, don't report us.
Yeah, don't report us, just support us.
Yeah, brilliant.
Dive, Hawkmen and women!
I've had enough of this. This is absolutely shocking. Those fascists at the fucking council can go to hell. Let's do this properly. Let's fucking do this properly. Let's do this as we mean to go on. Here we go. The sensation of all three huge cocks filling my holes to bursting point was unbelievable! Unbelievable! All three men fucked me hard and fast. With each thrust, I was forced down hard onto another rock-hard tool. Rock-hard...
Blessed!
Yes.
Blessed!
What do you want, Weatherby? What do you want?
You've contravened council rules too far tonight. What are you playing at?
I'll tell you what I'm playing at. I'm playing at nature's beauty.
It's wrong, it's obscene, it's
You're
dirty.
obscene, you fascist.
I warned you. You're going to go to prison, Blessed. You're going to go to prison.
I'll get out of prison. I'll fly out of prison.
You're all offended on it.
Fly out of prison, Weatherby.
It's disgusting, it's dirty. It's wrong.
Come on, through him. Keep booing him. I'll tell you something. Pete came first with a grunty plunge into a night ring and emptied his balls up her arse. Up her arse. Up her sunny arse. Whoa, lad. And then Steve shot his ball like a great piece of lightning into her mouth. And the next thing you know, Dave, shut it down.